Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Tomahawk Stadium. I'm Rob Young with Mike Fruland, bringing you live action of the Indian Hill Braves against the Franklin Wildcats in the first round of the Division II Region 8 State Championship Tournament. Tonight's matchup is touted as a 3 seed, the Indian Hill Braves, versus a 14 seed, the Franklin Wildcats. Mike, key to the game is obviously the Braves controlling the ball and playing Braves lacrosse.
I think the key to the game is to come out hard and come out and play hard in the first quarter and set the tone. This is the kind of team that you don't want to get them thinking that they can stay in it. So you gotta set the standard right away. We're 5 days shy of a year from standing here, Rob, broadcasting the first playoff game of 2016 between Indian Hill and the Franklin Wildcats.
That is true. Tonight's weather, folks, a little different than it was the last time we were on air. It was Cinco de Mayo, and it felt more like February Cinco. Tonight, it feels more like a July night. It's about 80 degrees here, sunny. Nice breeze blowing through the stadium. We're going to take a short break here for the national anthem, and then we'll be right back to bring you the live action here at Tomahawk Stadium. Welcome back, folks. I'm Rob Young with Mike Fruland in the booth tonight. Our officials for the game are Alex Young, Diane Lyon, Carl Dyer. We're going to bring you the starting lineup of the Franklin Wildcats. Starting for the Wildcats, number 2, Logan Clark at attack. Number 4, Cole Hike at midi. Number 16, Ryan Kemper at LSM. Number 29, Alex Creech at midi. Number 32, Matt Centers at midi. Number 33, TJ Kepler at defense. Number 50, Gunnar Kepler in the goal. Number 75, TJ Harold at defense. Number 88, Cameron Kraft at defense. Number 99, Zach South. Mike, bring us our starting lineup for the Braves.
All right, we got number 8, Ryan Fixler at attack with number 9, Wyatt Fruland, and number 1, Xander Johnston. They'll be heading up our attack tonight. We got Bryn Irvine, number 28, Patrick Ferris taking our faceoffs, number 24, Graham Weiler at defense, number 20, along with Miller Alspaw, number 19, and Evan Youngblood, number 3, and Matt Sorensen, number 44. And in the goal to start tonight will be Brooke McClay, number 27. The one player that's not in the starting lineup who is clearly one of our starters would be number 23, and that would be Owen Taylor.
Captain Owen Taylor.
Captain Owen Taylor.
Leading scorer for the Braves this year.
It's funny, last Thursday we had a game against Turpin, and in that game, Ryan Fixler took the points lead for Indian Hill, and he surpassed Wyatt Fruland in that game as the points leader for Indian Hill. Wyatt Fruland and Ryan Fixler are the top 2 points scorers in the CHL this year. And right behind him is Owen Taylor. But Owen's got 45 goals. Nobody else has come close to that. So here's our opening faceoff, and it looks like
Franklin's
down.
going to get control
55's
of it.
going to win the faceoff, and there's a quick whistle, and it's going back to Indian Hill. So Irvine.
Procedure called on Franklin. Indian Hill take control as Owen Taylor comes on the field to lead this offense. Back at attack, you got Xander Johnson, number 9, Mr. Fruland, and number 8, Ryan Fixler. So, Mike, the Braves have done a great job scoring. They average almost 12 points a game. We need to get 12 points in this game. Franklin only averages about 9 points a game, but their defense is pretty matched up pretty well with our defense, but not playing the same schedule, so it's a little hard to compare the two.
It's a big shot from outside and a follow-up by Eric Fluhoff coming across the middle on the rebound off the pipe and puts it in for the goal.
Number 26.
I'm not entirely sure that outside shot from Owen didn't go in the cage. It was a bar down, they call it. Hit the bar, bounced straight down, and they didn't count it as a goal, but then it got flipped out, and Eric very deftly came across the middle and fired it in the goal.
Here comes the replay of that goal. You'll see a little hard to compare the two.
It's a big
shot from outside and a follow-up by Eric Fluhoff.
That goal has become Eric Fluhoff's go-to shot since they moved him from attack to midfield. There's Patrick Ferris coming up with his first face-off win. Patrick's leading the CHL in face-off wins, face-offs taken, and ground balls. Again, he did that last year as well. So
he's just off his mark of last year, just shy of 60% right now, right?
I think that's where he was the last time we checked, and I wasn't here for the Turpin game. I wouldn't be surprised. I think he went almost 100% at Turpin, so I think he went back over 60%. I know there's a lot of here goes Owen again with a shot. And
nice save by the keeper.
Real nice save, backed up by Xander Johnston.
That's Kepler with the save off of Owen Taylor's shot from the outside.
I tell you, looking at this Franklin team, they have some really, really big players out there. I'm guessing that these are all Franklin football players. There's Eric Fluhoff taking a right-handed shot from outside. It looks like Indian Hill's going to the cage, Rob.
That's good.
Xander's got a matchup on 88. He's got him beat. He's coming around the corner.
Shot
tries
missed.
to get a shot off. Kind of lost his footing, I think. He didn't
Backed
get a lot
up by
behind
Fixler on the sideline. So some facts about Franklin. This is their third year as a program. This is the first season that they've actually had a winning season in the regular season. They went 9-8. Coming into this as the 14th seed, like I said earlier. They've got some nice growth,
a nice feed from Wyatt Fruland to Brent Irvine coming across the middle. Beautiful look, beautiful play. They've been running that play. I've seen that several times where they kick it around to one side, Rob, and the opposite midfielder comes shooting across the middle for that feed and score. That was a very, very good-looking play.
So at the face-off X for Franklin this time is going to be number 55, DJ Ferrara. And here's that replay that Patrick scoops it up to himself, gets the win, and quickly gets hammered and drops the ball, but Franklin sends it up into like popcorn, and Wyatt Fruland gets control, gets the touch in the box.
That's a good sign when our attackmen are up there contesting the ground balls off the face-offs. That is a situation that we've had to deal with. Oh, Wyatt around the corner. Oh, off the pipe.
Off the pipe.
Oh, that's going to be Indian Hill ball, I believe. It got thrown out by the defender, Franklin defender.
It is rewarded to Indian Hill. Evan Youngblood Sr. is going to pick that ball up and get the quick start.
Captain Evan Youngblood Sr.
Fixler across field in the offensive end of the field.
Alex Major on the wing in the game. Oh, a nice feed and score.
Nice assist by Alex Major to Wyatt Fruland for the score. So the Braves quickly go up 3-0 with 8:56 left in the game.
That was
the quarter.
That was a bit of an opposite right there. This must be opposite day. That normally is Wyatt Fruland feeding Alex Major, which I think the majority of Alex's goals this year on that very play, only he's been at the other end of it. He's real good at cutting down the middle and getting open and getting his hands free.
Yeah, that was a nice feed from Mr. Major to
you just had
Mr.
Almost had another senior
Fruland.
moment, didn't you?
Yes. Big shout out to Alec Taylor if he's out there listening and watching. Former Indian Hill lacrosse player who graduated in 2013.
I have a couple of shout-outs to go out tonight. One, our good friend from Centerville, Bobby Gabriel, just committed to Bellarmine.
Nice.
He's a sophomore. He was just awarded Defensive Player of the Year at Centerville's banquet the other night, and so he's going there. The other shout-out that I've got is not such a good note. Our very good friend Kyle Beasley from Loveland may have blown his ACL out the other night against Anderson in what really was a meaningless game at the end of the season, and had his MRI yesterday, and we'll get his results tomorrow, but it doesn't look good for Kyle.
That'll be a missed player in the lineup for Loveland. Of course, they did just get Cade Cloud back, who's finally come back from his terrible triad tear from last season.
Yes. And in the meantime, Patrick wins yet another faceoff. It looks like he's back on track now. I think the first faceoff just kind of caught him off guard a bit. So we got Xander Johnston swinging it around behind Wyatt Fruland. Wyatt's going out top to Eric Fluhoff and going
Taylor's
to
got a
going
shorty.
to the big
He's going
gun.
to take the shot.
Oh,
just high. It'll be backed up by Xander Johnson.
If Owen can get past his guy on the top there, he's either going to have a big night or they're going to. Oh, there's Xander on a really nice move and a feed and a goal. Oh, he missed a shot. That was a beautiful little quick flip from Xander to Wyatt Fruland, and he couldn't get a complete handle on it.
Back to the goalie for the clear here. Goalie's walking it up. Quickly gets it out to.
Oh, it was a nice pass on the clear. It's going to
Taylor's got the ball.
There's going to be a push somewhere. It's going against Franklin, Indian Hill's ball. That was a beautiful clear from the goalie, and it hit the guy's stick so hard it knocked the stick out of his hand.
I don't know. It was that hard.
Well, it was a rifle. I mean, that was a very nice, sharp.
It was a good pass.
Oh, Wyatt Fruland on a feed to Bryn Irvine. That's Bryn's second goal of the night. And Indian Hill goes up 4-0.
So one of the things, we're going to see a replay of this nice feed from Fruland as he comes up around, feeds it right to Irvine, who puts it right over top of the goalie's head.
That's hard to stop for a goalie, Rob. That's okay. Here's Patrick now. And he's got another one. As I was saying earlier, one of the things that we've almost flipped it over the top of Ryan's head. One of the things when Patrick has an easy time of getting the faceoffs and he's running upfield, he gets a lot of attention and he gets a lot of trail checks. And when it comes loose, it's nice to see our attackmen coming up to retrieve that ground ball, because we've had a lot of situations this year where Patrick can't quite get it in the box and get it settled before they collapse on him. Here's Xander hunting. Another feed. Shot. Oh!
Blew off the cage.
Ground ball. Another
nice feed to Fixler.
Roll.
Twist.
Oh, off the
Another
goalie.
Stop by the goalie. Picked up by the defender for Franklin. Gets it out to his goalie. Great ride by the
Franklin's got
Braves,
the
but
ball.
Franklin retains possession.
It's not going to last long. It's going out of bounds at the other end. Brooke McClay will bring it back into play from behind the cage. Oh, he's going all the way up the field to Fixler. Fix to Fruland.
Fruland feeds
Fruland
into.
feeds Jimmy, but it goes. That was too tight. That's a. Oh, here we go. A little fast break going to Jimmy, and Jimmy's gonna.
Nice stop by the keeper, who steps up and steals that ball.
Wow, that was 2 nice plays in a row by the keeper. He intercepted a feed.
Stopping Jimmy Burnett's shot at point blank.
Matt Sorensen's struggling for the ball. Brooke McClay comes up and scoops it up, fires it back up to Owen Taylor, who takes it down the middle. And it looks like he's going to just settle it down a little bit here, or not.
He's got a shorty. He's going to take it in.
There's a goal.
He's going to fire.
There
it
is.
A goal.
Unassisted Owen Taylor. That's what I was saying, Rob. If he can get around his guy on the top successfully tonight, you're going to see a lot of that, or you're going to see Franklin starting to slide real hard on him, and he's going to have a lot of guys wide open on the crease.
Yeah, and I'm not real sure why they're not putting a pull on Owen. They're letting shorties play him.
I'm not sure, but looking at the size of their poles, they're huge. Just look at their face-off guy. He's enormous. I walked by him in the pregame. I'm 6'3". He's taller than you, Rob, and he weighs as much as both of us. He's huge.
And I'm 6'6",
right.
250.
He's big. But he may not be agile enough to stay with a guy like Owen. They might have one of their smaller, faster, more agile players trying to stay in front of Owen, which is not a bad tactic. I know Marymount used that strategy against the Twins last week against Summit. It didn't work out for them. Summit ended up winning that game 14-13 over Marymount. But they had shorties on the Twins all night long.
You know, speaking of Marymount, number 1 seed in the region, probably also in the state.
Certainly at Division II. Well, no, actually, I don't know that they are, but they're right up there. Yeah, I think they are, because I think they're listed number 2 in this. Oh, there's a shot and a goal by number 16, Franklin. Just
that was a nice little move on our defense.
Waltzing right through our defense. I think we've got to get. That's a tough go. That's the first offensive possession they've really had.
And they scored.
But our defense is back here relaxing and resting. It's now it's time to wake up and play.
Well, you got to think the defense thought they were out for a tee. I mean, nothing but trail checks, nobody coming to the ball.
I'd like to see that replay from earlier and see how exactly he got around Miller Elspa. He had Miller giving him a trail check. That I can guarantee you that won't happen again.
Back at the face-off X's.
Okay, here's Patrick taking another face-off, and 5:23 left in the first quarter. It's 5-1.
Ferris pops it out.
Ferris comes up with the ground ball. Real nice ground ball by Patrick. Weiler gets the touch, kicks it out to the wing.
We were talking a little bit about Marymount. I heard that Schooler got hurt in that game.
Schooler was hurt in that game. They also, Marymount lost their goalie for the year.
Ooh.
Tassos is out for the year due to a violation of some sort. And they also, during that game anyway, a real nice-looking shot over the top.
So here's that replay of that Franklin goal again. We're going to come back a little bit, see where the defense.
He went right past Miller Allspawn. That won't happen again tonight. I'm sure Miller's awake now.
I think Miller was still drinking his tea.
Oh, another shot by Owen. I'm back to the live screen, sorry. Backed up by Xander Johnston. So, yeah, I just think that was a case of, I mean, just look, our depots are back here. They're sunbathing, basically. Not a lot going on. Here's Xander working his guy. Nice feed to Wyatt. Wyatt scores on the crease.
Bates.
Beautiful pass
to
by
get a nice
Xander.
little shot in there. I love that quick stick that Wyatt has. He does some great moves with it to get the goalie moving, and the key to scoring against the goalie up close is get him moving.
Get his stick moving and go the other way. I really like what I'm seeing distribution-wise tonight, though, Rob. I mean, Owen's going to always take his guy and shoot if he can. But other than that, we haven't seen we've seen a lot of passing, and there's been a lot of different guys scoring. I mean, we've got, what do we got?
I think four of the scores are assisted.
Yep.
For sure, maybe 5. I'd have to go back and look.
The first goal was unassisted.
So and Owens
was unassisted. So you're right. The rest of them,
and
the first one was a rebound off of a shot. So that wasn't a dodge. Now, just as I say that, Wyatt looks like he's trying to take his guy to the goal, and he's gonna back it out. Get out of there.
Get it up to Owen. He was just buying a little bit of time till they could get Owen out there, and Garrett Anderson, freshman.
Garrett Anderson, freshman's in the game. That's nice to see, too. Xander's swinging it around, kicking it out to Wyatt. Wyatt's looking, then he pops it back out top to Owen, and here's Garrett. Let's have Garrett have a run on number 99. Roll him. Get up. Okay. Now get rid of it. All right. I like to see Garrett.
There goes Owen against his guy again, and fire miss.
Off
Going to be backed up by the Braves.
Wyatt. And that's a shot you got to take every time, especially since it's almost always backed up if it's not in.
Fruland with a feed
Another
to
feed,
Fixler.
Fixler
gets.
He's going to score. Oh, he
nice
hits the goalie.
Save by the keeper.
Beautiful save by the keeper.
So Gunnar Kepler is keeping this score down a little bit. He's made some nice saves in this first period. It is
really
a 6-1 game. The Braves are going to have a man advantage here, folks, for you who have not watched lacrosse before. This is where there's a yellow flag, a penalty. This is going to be a slash call. And
let's see what they're running as their man-up play. They've got about 3 different man-up sets. It's surprisingly, for the offensive power that we've got on this team, there's Owen shooting at about 98 miles an hour just over the cage. We haven't been that successful percentage-wise on our man-up, and you would think I think we're better 6-on-6 than we are man-up. We seem to move the ball around a little bit quicker and a little bit better. I think Wyatt, no, he's not going to take it. I thought he was going to lull him to sleep, and there's Owen again. There's Wyatt's going to go, and he got one.
Wyatt with a rifle rattling off the far side bar for another goal. That'll make it 7-1. The penalty will be all even again. Obviously at the face-off for the Braves will be number 24, Patrick Ferris, better known as Baxter.
He had almost a perfect game Thursday night against Turpin.
Yeah,
I think he lost 1, maybe 2 face-offs. And
I think he had 3 violations and then lost 1 or 2 legitimately.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't here, but I was.
It was a great game.
I was reading the stats minutes after the game because Sam Johnston, who keeps all of our stats, immediately forwarded it to me. I was down in Florida at my daughter's wedding, but that's what I was doing that night, is tallying stats for the game. And here,
that's going to be a jump on Franklin. That was number 16, Ryan Nipper.
Okay, here's Sam Richardson back in the game.
Nice little
feed. Nice feed, nice shot. That's a hat trick for Bryn Irvine.
Irvine gets his 3rd goal of the game, folks.
Awesome.
That'll make it a Here comes a replay on that. You'll see this nice feed.
That's good.
Johnson gets the ball. Nice feed into Irvine, who just puts it across the goalie's body, down low and in the corner of the net.
Oh, and we got Luke Schumann taking the faceoffs now, number 7. Junior Luke Schumann. That's got to be a push on them. Sam Richardson was knocked out of the box, but that can't be a violation on us. He was clearly pushed. And that's what they called.
That is a call, loose ball push.
Okay, that was a good call. Sam was trying to reach over and get the ball, and he just got
It looks like they're calling it on the Braves.
How in the world? They must have just called a violation on Sam for crossing out of that out of the box, which, well, this guy's got trouble because Mr. Alex Major's in front of him. If he thinks he's going to go by, well, he does. He goes right by him. That's not like Alex. There, he's still on him. Okay, here's another offensive possession for Franklin. They're 100% on their offensive possessions tonight, Rob. And not anymore. Miller Alspaugh comes up with the ground ball, kicks it back to Brooke McClay, who fires it all the way up to Alex Major, who fires it all the way up to Sam Richardson, who's going to the cage.
Nice feed to Fix, who
Fixler dumps it in.
Does the gopher hole shot.
That's 2 assists in a row for Sam Richardson, which is very exciting, Rob, because one of our leading scorers, or actually our leading scorer on the team, Ryan Fixler, is a left-handed attackman, and he's a senior. Well, Sam Richardson's a left-handed attackman, and he's just a sophomore, so he's going to fill into that spot next year real nicely.
Yeah, you know, Sam has been playing a lot of varsity time this year as kind of the fourth man off the bench.
What's going on here? What's going on here? No goal.
They called the goal off?
Well, how did we get the ball? Oh, it was no goal, so I guess it's still 8-1. I thought he must have gone in the crease. He must have gone in. I know Ryan was down there close. Okay.
So the Braves are going to set their offense up, folks. Crease violation is that little yellow circle you see down there around the goal. That's the safety area for the goalie. The only person, well, not the only person.
Defense can go in there.
Defense can go in there, but the goalie.
Oh, and a wraparound goal by Wyatt Fruland. One of the rules this year, that'd be 4.
Is that his 4th? I'll stand corrected because you're his dad.
What I was going to say, Rob, as Wyatt interrupted us there with a goal, the one exception to defenders being in the crease, this year they are no longer allowed to be in the crease playing the goalie position if you're not the goalie. That's a violation. That's never been a violation before, but this is the first year they've implemented that, and it's a safety factor. A lot of times you'll have the goalie out of the cage, you have a deep hole, jump back into play, and he doesn't have the proper protection on to protect his chest against a hard shot. So they've made that illegal. Now, what I don't know, and we should find out, is what's the penalty for that?
I would assume it's
just a penalty,
just a turnover.
But the ball's already I would think that it would be a penalty, and then you'd have to go man down because you're basically, sunshine, or just, I'd say sunshine or really bad stick skills. What do you think?
I think it was a little bit, I'm not ready for the ball. Neither of the above.
I just saw him waving his hand over the front of his face mask, and the sun is right back
That's a
there.
good excuse.
It is. I was a receiver in football, and I used that numerous times.
This is
come on, Alex, get back on that guy.
This is where I get a little nervous for the Braves. This is where, when you
nice save by
you kind of take a little bit out of the engine. You start doing things like this, bad clears.
Miller Alspaugh with the beautiful ground ball.
Gets it up to Fruland, who's going to take the ball by himself, fire away, and that's going to be another goal. Cross the goalie into the corner again.
Well, are we in the first quarter, Rob?
We are still in the first quarter with 30 seconds left. It's a 10-1 game. Other action and regional play tonight, Mike. We have Turpin playing Madeira at Turpin. You have Bishop Fenwick playing Cincinnati Hills Christian Academy at Bishop Fenwick, neighboring school to the Franklin Wildcats. Then you have Summit Country Day playing Talawanda at Summit Country Day. You have
Patrick winning another faceoff, kicking it over to Wyatt Fruland.
You have Little Miami playing Archbishop McNick at Little Miami.
Wyatt feeding Sam Richardson. Oh, just off cage. That would have been nice to see Sammy get a goal.
And you have Wyoming playing Cincinnati Country Day at Wyoming, and Marymount, the number 1 seed, playing Wilmington at Marymount.
Okay, we got 12 seconds left. Let's see if we can play this smart and get a good shot on goal here. And it's Owen Taylor unassisted.
Against the Deeple. So, folks, there's 5-9 left here in the first quarter. We'll hopefully have some updates on some of these other games for you. Where
that and Owen Taylor with his goals from his typical outside dodging position.
Mr. Ferris with another face-off with 5.9 seconds left here. Ferris gets the ball out to himself. You got to think Patrick is going to put it. And he tries to take a shot.
That's what. If Patrick tries to do that too many times, he's going to break his toe because his stick must have so much whip that it throws straight into the ground.
So we're going to bring you the highlights of Indian Hill on the first quarter here. You'll see 7 of the goals. Most of these goals are assisted and close in on the goalie.
All right, let's look at some of these goals, Rob. The first one here is going to be, I believe this is the first one, isn't it? It's a shot. No, that's not the first one.
Fixler to Fruland. Fruland to
Irvine. Nice cut across the crease. Good feed. This is Xander.
Fruland
flipping to Wyatt right on the crease, and he jukes the goalie about 8 times. Now we got
Sam Richardson's first assist.
To Bryn Irvine. Beautiful shot, shooting across. That was Bryn's hat trick. And here's Sam's other goal that doesn't count. Oh, he did. He stepped on the crease. They didn't call it right away, though. He did. He did call it on the crease. That would be Fruland.
That's actually Fruland's shot there. So the Braves are up 11-1, Mike, after 1 quarter. You know, we always talk about when you have this mismatch in a game like this, 2 keys that I think the Braves have to keep in mind. You got to keep playing hard because when you don't, that's when injuries happen.
I'm sorry, Rob. Somebody just ran across the field to the Indian Hill bench, and everybody was high-fiving him. I'm not sure who it was running across there, but he seems to be high-fiving all the players. He's probably one of last year's players. I saw Philip Ferris is here tonight after his freshman year at Lenore-Rhine.
So Lenore-Rhine must have lost.
I think they lost to Limestone, though, which is not – a lot of people can say that.
Yeah.
So
another alumni in the house tonight is Rob Becker. He's walking around the track right now on his way to the bench. One of the best middies that Indian Hill has seen. A big, fast midi. He plays football at Center College. So Ferris will take the face-off here for the Braves again with 12 minutes left in the half as we start the second quarter here on a sunny 85-degree night here at Tomahawk Stadium. I'm Rob Young with Mike Fruland bringing you all the action on IHTN Sports Network's Channel 1 on the YouTube. And that's going to be a violation on Ferris, so Franklin's going to start with the ball.
I just got a note from my good friend John Gabriel up in Centerville that said he's watching the game on IHTN. Is that possible? I wonder if he's watching last year's.
Zach, did you hear that? We got a text from somebody from Centerville said they're watching the game. Is that last year's game?
Ooh, shot just off cage. You guys might want to check.
We'll keep quiet about it. That is last year's Franklin game.
We did play, like I said, almost a year, 5 days from.
Josh Young in at defense now. And you've got.
Let's see, what do we got in here now? Let's start looking for some other guys. It looks like he's keeping the status quo, but Josh is in there. He's got the guy at X. Oh, there's a flag down. Graham
That's going to be on Weiler.
And a shot off cage, and Graham gets his money's worth.
Braves are going to go man down here.
Graham's done just a fantastic job this year, Rob. He's a football player. He's just a pure athlete, and his lacrosse skills are just getting better and better and better all the time.
So your man down defense is going to be, looks like, is that Evan Youngblood or is that Jaden? That's Jaden
Anderson, a sophomore.
Josh Young.
Oh, they're going right at it. That didn't take long to get their first shot off.
Braves getting a little bit set late.
So we got senior Evan Youngblood, senior Matt Sorensen, freshman Josh Young, and sophomore Jaden Anderson with the
plug in the middle.
With the plug in the middle, it was just Alex Major.
Alex Major. Not to be confused.
Oh, there's a bad pass out of bounds. That's going to go Indian Hill. So there's a successful man down, which is good, which our man down defense
has been fairly good this year.
Has been really good. They're in the almost 68% range of stops, which that's pretty good. Again, considering we've given up some goals this year. Oh, there's Alex coming up the field and running into. Alex does this a couple times a year. Where he's going, and he's going.
He wants to get his goal, and he plays defensive midi.
He's going to get hit, and there's got to be a flag down.
That's going to be another flag.
Ball's still alive. Oh, they blew it dead. He still had the ball in his stick, and the ref blew the ball.
I think they blew it dead because he went to the ground.
Okay.
I think when the player or the ball hits the ground, the rule is it's a dead ball.
Yeah, we were discussing that last week. They blew it dead when I think Fixler had the ball, and I think the second penalty came when Ryan was on the ground, and they'll blow it dead every time if they have a defenseless player laying on the ground getting slashed.
So we're playing 5-on-5 now.
That's right. I guess
Alex
Graham's must have been a slash. So we got Xander Johnston kicking it out to Owen Taylor, out to Jimmy Burnett.
And did you see the signal on the Franklin penalty? I believe it was a push with possession.
It had to be, unless they came. Okay, push. So that'll be 30 seconds. Okay, we are now man up.
So we're going to have the ball for about 20 seconds here, man up.
Wallen's going to kick it around. Wyatt's looking down. He can get Xander down there. No,
nope, we're even now.
Oh, nice feed to the middle. Oh,
nice
another beautiful pass and finish by Eric Fluhoff. And again, that's his shot now. And I mentioned that before, but early in the season, they had Eric at attack.
This will be a nice. So, Mike, one of the things I'm noticing with the Braves man up is we do a fairly good job of sucking every second out of the opportunity.
Wow.
The even man was coming on, but he was not in there, and we scored at the very end. So Ferris at the face-off for the Braves again.
Now that doesn't go down as a man-up goal because we were even when we scored the goal, correct? So
correct.
Even though it was, nice face-off by Patrick, and I think he might be going again. Over the top. That's
Well, Baxter throws that ball away. It's going to be 12-1. We are on a running clock.
No, shouldn't be on a running clock yet, Rob. It's got to be a 12-goal lead. I think it's a 12-goal lead. So there's the ball down, and that's Brian Lewis. I can tell by the way he's running. Brian Lewis is coming up the field, fires it down to Fixler. Ooh. He's got options, but he's just going to settle it and bring it back out.
So, folks, again, this is a television broadcast being brought to you by the IHTN Network. And this broadcast is brought to you by Zach Young at director and producer, along with Mr. Denny Dupp, the teacher that oversees all this. We've got great camera people here tonight. All of them are cameramen. Some of them play baseball.
Xander Johnson with another shot, bounces off a defender.
And your graphics tonight are thanks to
Owen
Michael
Taylor.
Overberg. And I believe the replay is Ryan Bohr.
So Jimmy Burnett brings it out top, swings it back down to Fixler. Fixler back at X. That'd be Fruland at X now. He's got Xander out on the wing. Kicking it back out to Owen. They're just going around, moving the ball around. I like to see this, just looking for your opportunities. I would predict that you're going to get somebody cutting. Here's Wyatt's got the defender hung up in front of the cage. Feed. Oh, Brinney doesn't want his fourth. He passes it up to bring it out.
Up top to Taylor, to Jimmy Brunette, who's on the long pole, gets past his defender, feeds it in, and it picked up by Fruland, who's going to quickly pull it out.
Escape the pressure. There's a pass to Bryn Irvine, and it bounced off his stick, and luckily it bounced right into Wyatt's stick. Up top to Bryn. Bryn over to Owen, and there's a shot coming right here. Oh, off the
that's
pipe.
Off the pipe.
That was...
Nice pickup by number 32.
Oh, run with him, run with him, run with him, run with him,
centers
Z.
the midi.
Oh, they got Xander on a slash, and they're going to get another one. No, I only see one flag. Boy, they could have got a second one there. I think it was on. It would have been on Bryn for pushing it back, but Xander was riding that guy, and he was putting his stick up to let the midfielder know he was going across. And right at the time he did that, he took a shot with his stick at the guy and caught him in the back. So that'll happen, but I really, really like to see the field awareness of an attackman who knows when he's got to stay with his guy running up the field rather than
these
drop off.
These officials are starting to play fast, not giving the Braves a lot of time to get their...
There's a shot off cage, and that's going to go the other way. Nobody back, and Brooks got the ball.
And Josh Young puts the shooter on his hiney.
On his keister. Grant Weiler will do the honors and bring it in from behind cage.
So another successful...
He's going long up to Wyatt Fruland.
Man down coverage by the Braves defense. Fruland gets the ball down in the offense.
Got to get a touch. There it is. What was the call there?
Clock. They had.
Oh. I thought they were going to call him on failure to advance, which would have made me angry, the way we were lollygagging the ball up the field. I sense that Coach McKay has kind of turned off the high burners here, because we had a 3-on-3, and normally with our 3 on the offensive end against just about any 3 that we played this year, that would be a go situation. But I think he's just settling it in, and I think he just wants to run some offense and see what we can get.
At this time, it's work some different plays, see what other guys you can get involved, like Sam Richardson coming in, taking the feed, getting it back to Fluhoff, feeding it in, and a behind the back shot by Wyatt Fruland for his 5th, 6th, so he's got a double hat trick.
And that was a nice feed from Eric Fluhoff from the top side.
How many assists does he have tonight? 2?
Eric?
Here comes the replay. So you're going to see the feed right down into Fruland, who gets pushed, but has the field sense to put that ball behind his back past the keeper.
He really went past his prime shooting spot there. He was beyond the center of the goal, so that was really about the only shot he had. I think he's lucky that he made that, because
no running clock until second half.
There you go. That's a good thing for us to know, Rob. We're learning something every single time we sit together.
In the boys' game, we don't have a sphere.
A halo.
We don't have the sphere of protection.
No, you're right.
We got helmets and pads. Baxter
wins
pops it up to his
wins another faceoff, and then comes back and gets it anyway. He's very persistent. And I've noticed he's gotten really good with his stick this year, coming up with loose balls. And he's taking a shot off cage, backed up by Brad Upham is in the game. This might be Brad's first varsity time this year. That's nice to see. It looks like Jack Wilson is on the right wing.
You got Garrett
Anderson
up top.
And Cooper Leschuk on the crease. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that Cooper or is that Jackson Nedick? Is that 16 or 18 on the crease? It's 16. Cooper's going to get a goal. Oh,
He
goalie
stopped.
stops him. That was a nice feed also.
Binoculars would be nice.
Bifocals, binoculars. Okay, Rob, we have, other than Miller Alspaugh and Evan Youngblood, we've got our JV team is now in the game. Oh, no. At 16 is the guy that scored their first goal in a very similar fashion. Henry Mayhew's in, and they waltzed right through. And again, I'm guessing you won't see that again.
No.
Sometimes
No,
something like
no
that
one's
has to
sliding
happen.
to the help side.
No, there was just that was Josh's older brother chiming in. He's also the director or the producer or both.
I believe he's both tonight.
Okay.
So it's a 13-2 game, folks, with 5:24 here left in the half, as we have first round action of the Ohio High School Athletic Association's first year of state playoffs. This is a monumental game in the game of lacrosse in the state of Ohio. This is the first year that it is a truly sanctioned sport.
Patrick with another face-off. He's going. Oh, he throws it over Jack Wilson's head. That had some good possibilities there. You had Jack open, and then you had Brad Upham right down on the crease. I'd like to see the JV guys here. And there's 32. I think that's Schwanekamp.
You got Schwanekamp, Weiler, and
that's Jaden Anderson. 16, I think 16 is their guy, Rob. He's the guy. Now here's Josh is going to be on 16 again. And they shoot that. Henry's got to get that one.
So the defense has got to go to body. Here comes the replay of that.
Here comes 16 up the middle. You got Schwanekamp. Oh. That's a shot Henry saves 99 times out of 100, I think.
So here we go with the face-off. You got Baxter at the face-off with Jaden Anderson in the LSM position and Alex Taylor in the other wing.
And there's a jump. Who is it? That's going to go to Indian Hill. Yeah, there you go, Patrick. Give it up. Go to Alex. Alex Major's going to bring the ball up the middle. Jack Wilson. He's likely to do something exciting. Over to Schwanekamp. Schwanekamp down to Sam Richardson. Sammy goes back to Brad Upham. And Brad brings it all the way back around to Jack Wilson.
Wilson to Schwanekamp.
Let's see how Schwaney runs this from the top. Spins it back around. The JV team, as it was last year as well, but the JV team moves the ball so much better than the varsity team, Rob. We noticed that last year, too.
The Braves team is a young team. We've only got 4 seniors.
Oh, good trail check there.
Gets checked.
Ground ball by 47, kicking it up, and it's a little high.
16 trying to get position on it.
Yeah, Miller Alspaugh fighting for the ball there. And their pole, number 75, comes up with it. Kicks it back out to the top to number 1. And I wouldn't be entirely surprised to see 16 get the ball here again, Rob. 75 wants to go the other way. And I don't know if that was tipped.
That was tipped by Young.
Oh, that's going to stay Franklin then. I thought maybe he just interfered with the vision of the guy and it went off his stick. But now Josh has got position on 29. He's going to push him back behind. Wisely passes it over and throws it out of bounds.
So it'll be Braves ball on the turnover with 3:30 left here. It's 13-3. Ball's going to go to the one and only
Alex
Major.
Okay, here we go. This is Graham Weiler who, makes a really nice feed. Oh, and Brad, the goalie, makes a great save there, actually. Here's Sam.
And that's going to come back our way as
I believe so. We're going to go man up.
Jackson Neidick gets lit up by number 1.
And here comes our man up team. Tim's not ready to
It was a great save by the goalie. It's a shame that the Franklin defender.
You know what, though, Rob? Another year, and Brad makes a move, makes one fake on the goalie and scores that goal.
Yeah, the difference there is if you watch our 3 starting attackmen, you know, they don't go for the first shot. They shoot, pull back, and then go. Or if you're Wyatt Verlaine, you do it about 6 times first.
They're just moving the ball around slowly. I think they're just burning some clock here. There's no, that's not true. Owen, ooh,
nice save by the keeper.
By the keeper. That was.
Nope,
ball's
that's
up,
going
way
to be
up in the air. That should be our ball.
Nope, it's going to go. It's going to go to Franklin. Goalie interference on Xander.
Okay.
When the goalie is in the crease, you have to not put your stick into his stick. He gets kind of like the girls' game. There's a sphere.
There is.
If you put your stick inside that
sphere.
Here
goes 16 again, Rob. I've been impressed with him. He seems to be
guy.
their dodger, and he's strong.
Gets it out to 29, who's picked up by Young.
Young's going to take him to the backside.
Tries to rusty gate him.
And the ball goes out, and that's going to be Indian Hill ball. Miller Elspaw got back to get it.
So 2:19 left here in the.
And we got our younger offensive players back in the game now.
In the game, there's Weiler with the long stick coming all the way.
Oh, tries another feed.
This is where you'll notice the younger players,
Graham takes away.
Graham does a great
Forces
job
a turnover. That's
riding.
Awesome.
But when we've got our second string attackmen in there, second string middies, they don't necessarily ride as much as our first string, which sometimes accounts for some of the fast break goals that we give up. So you got Owen Taylor back
still
in
there with Jimmy Burnett.
There's Garrett Anderson.
I think we've got representation from all 4 grades here. Oh, nice shot and score by Garrett. He was trying to pass it to Brad Upham, and that's going to be a goal for Garrett. If Brad had just gotten his stick on it, it would have been a goal for Brad. But
big shout out to the Anderson family, who has a senior at St. X who will be playing
tomorrow
his college game. His college career at Furman.
Right. I meant they'll be playing their first round tomorrow.
You are right. And St. X comes into it as the #1 seed in the state.
That's correct. Did they just give the assist to Garrett and the goal to Brad?
I think that might have been the call out of the stadium booth, but I think that was just a.
I don't know what the legal definition of that is, but I know if it touches Brad's stick, it's a goal for Brad. We know that from last year.
Maybe at halftime we can get a replay on that goal, Mike, and we can make the correct call.
Well, do you remember last year in this very game, Rob? There was a feed from an attackman from the wing to a midfielder on the crease, and the pass bounced off the midfielder's stick and went into the goal. And that goal was awarded to the midfielder because he was the one on the crease who last touched the ball. The fact is that was intended to be a pass from Garrett. It wasn't intended to be a shot.
So we've got Duke Weiler, David Borden in the game for the Braves, both freshmen. Weiler gets hammered and dumps up the ball. Number 7 gets it as he's swarmed by the Braves.
This is not going to go well. Oh, a nice clear.
Number 1's out there by himself. The middies aren't getting back quick there where they turn him down. Evan Youngblood's going
to. Uh-oh.
Nice save by
Henry. And he
who's going to get it
out
up to Jack Wilson.
Who's going to the middle. Jack, go to the middle, Jack. He slows it down and brings it back out. Got his touch, kicks it back around to Brad. Sam Richardson coming around. Oh, there's a flag. I'm not sure. It must have just been a hold.
Hold the possession, boys.
That must have been a hold. I didn't see any unusual. Oh, that's good. We'll have. There'll be no face-off in the third quarter.
Let's see what this call is, Mike. You call. Here's the replay of that last goal by the. There's Anderson's. I do believe it is off of Upham's
All right,
leg.
then Brad got his first varsity goal.
He made that goal with his leg.
Yes, that's fine. It's a goal is a goal. That'll go down in the books as Brad Upham's first varsity
And an
goal.
assist to Garrett
Assist
Anderson.
to Garrett Anderson, which, to be fair, was his intention all along.
Right. So, folks, it's 14-3 here at halftime of Tomahawk Stadium, first round playoff game where the Indian Hill Braves are leading against the Franklin Wildcats. I'm Rob Young with Mike Frulin. We're going to take a little short intermission here for about 10 minutes, and we'll be back to bring you second half action from Tomahawk Stadium. Head to the refrigerator, head to the concession stand, folks, and make it a quick one.
See you after the half. out. Are they yelling for us?
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back, folks, to Tomahawk Stadium. This is Rob Young with Mike Fruland bringing you tonight's action in the first round of the Ohio High School Athletic Association Division II Region 8 tournament. The Braves are taking on the Wildcats from Franklin and lead 14-3 and start the second half with possession with a man-up opportunity.
Fixler flips to Flew. Flew fixed to Jimmy Burnett. Jimmy to Z. Z scores. Beautiful feed and shoot from Fluhoff to Xander Johnston.
So Eric Fluhoff with a goal. It'll make it a 15-3 game. I believe we're supposed to be at a running clock.
I think it starts with the face-off. I don't think, because the ball's not in play, I think they do it as soon as they face off. I don't think they'll stop the clock unless Franklin scores a goal to take it back within 12. And now we should be at a running clock.
Ferris.
Feed. Oh. Who took that shot down there in the
I
corner?
believe it's Jack Wilson.
That was Jack. That was from Brad Upham to Jack Wilson. It looks like the starters are coming out again. We got Upham and Wilson, and still got Flew in there. Jack Wilson out the top to Owen. Over to Flew. Down to Brad Upham. That's Jackson Nedick on the crease, spinning around in there. There's Jack Wilson racing through. And he'll kick it out to Jackson. Jackson over to Owen. There's a shot and a nice
save by the keeper.
They'll feel that one tomorrow. It hit him right below the knee, Rob.
Feed out to number 2. Fluhoff coming up for the ride.
That's Bryn. Oh, no, it is Flew. You're right. I'm sorry. I thought it was Brinny.
Braves will force them to set up their offense.
Here's number 16. He's their shooter. And he scores
again. That time past the senior, Matt Sorensen.
Matt Sorensen.
So 16 is the offense for Franklin.
It appears so.
And that's
his
Ryan,
fourth goal.
That's Ryan Nipper.
That would be his fourth, which they have 4. So you're absolutely right. He is their offense.
Well, and I don't think any of it's assisted. It's all
just
all
him
run and
dodging.
dodge. He's a big guy. He's fast. He's quick, and he seems to have a decent stick.
Jacob Hines for the Wildcats, Patrick Ferris for the Braves take the face-off.
So in cage for the Braves is Mayhew. We've got Baxter, Ferris at the face-off X. And Franklin really hasn't found somebody yet. Number 1 comes up with it that time.
How about that? Beat Baxter at his own game.
So this is Coach Alan Koch's first year at Franklin. Alan has a great history in the game. He's played it. He's coached it for a long time. One of the biggest growth areas of lacrosse in the Southwest Ohio area, as far as schools adding the sport, was actually in that kind of northern side of, north side of Cincinnati, south side of Dayton, where the Dayton Lacrosse Club for years and years and years, when there was a club division, put a lot of teams together. Centerville was a sibling of Dayton Lacrosse, as well as Beaver Creek and
Jackson Nedick with his first varsity goal as a freshman off of a beautiful feed from Ryan Fixler.
So we'll make a shout out to Andre, his father, who's down in Boca Raton, Florida tonight watching this game, as Jackson Nedick gets his first varsity goal and comes off the field getting congratulated by his teammates.
That was a very nice looking goal too. That was he took the ball and he did a nice spin move and dodged around the front of the crease and
Here
finished.
comes a replay of that. Let's make it nice and slow so Andre can see it.
So he catches the ball, dodges around to get a good angle, pulls the trigger, goes off the goalie's hip.
Nice.
Really nicely done. Now Patrick is likely angry, and he kicks it right out to Bryn, and here they go.
I love it when he gets it out to the wings.
We're very effective at moving the ball when he does that.
Duke
Jack
Weiler
Wilson.
in for the Braves, another freshman. Let's see if he can get.
Okay, there's Jimmy Burnett bringing the ball in, up top to Bryn Irvine. Down to Ryan Fixler. Looks like Ryan's the one remaining senior left on the field. Oh, Matt Sorensen's back on defense still. I missed him.
That was that goal was against Sorensen on the last.
Yes.
And 16 just does a great job of holding that ball.
Good ball movement. Brad Upham controlling the ball, not being intimidated by the
Big
defender.
shout out to a
Brad
strong supporter of
muscling
Indian
inside,
Hill
and he
Television
finally
Network.
gets it taken from him, and he kicks it out of bounds. That's going to go Fenwick. Franklin.
So we're going to give a shout out to Steve Ginn, who's visiting up here from Florida, is a big supporter of IHTN. Matter of fact, most of the equipment and the wiring in this stadium and the Wi-Fi are all on account of Steve Ginn.
Duke Weiler on
Duke Weiler with his
dodge
first
from the
varsity
top.
goal.
We're getting a lot of first varsity goals, which is really nice to see for these guys. Duke's another one of those just superb athletes, and his lacrosse skills are growing every day. And he's very fast. He dodges really hard, and if he learns to do that a little bit more, he's going to be a real force for the Indian Hill program in the coming years.
Here's a replay of Duke Weiler's first varsity goal. So you got Baxter trying to get this face-off one. It's scooped up by Brooke McClay.
Brooke maintains possession.
It's
Kicks
down
it up.
to Fix. To
Oh,
McClay.
feeds it back to McClay,
Who
who scores.
scores his first varsity goal of the
Beautiful.
year.
Braves goal scored by number 27, Brooke McClay. Assist on play, number 8, Ryan Mixler.
Well, you talk about Brooke McClay and talk about how versatile and helpful he is to the team. He starts most of our games at goalie.
Here comes a replay of Brooke McClay's.
Beautiful shot right over the goalie's shoulder.
So Baxter's taking the face-off again with Weiler, not to be confused with Duke Weiler, but Graham Weiler out in the wing with the LSM.
Got a jump, and
this time it's a jump on Franklin.
Patrick
So
decides to stay on offense, and away he goes.
I think Patrick wants to get his opportunity. His older brother Phil is in the house, who plays for Lenore Rhine.
Oh, we got a flag down, and a nice shot by Schwanekamp from the top. And now we'll go man up, and here
And
comes
that
our
was
man
going
up
to be
unit.
a slash on number 33. So we make some substitutions at the defense. You've got Jaden Anderson coming in. You got so
Tyler
you've got
Johnson.
an all JV.
All sophomore.
Nope,
Oh.
sophomore and a freshman.
Well, okay. You're right. A freshman, 2 sophomores, and a sophomore in the goal. What do we got on the field? Sophomore with the ball, junior with the ball, another junior with the ball. Down to the lone senior on the field. Oh, there's Owen. He's at X
So
now.
you got your 2 captains out there with so you got your starting.
There it is.
Nice stop by the keeper. A little soft shot.
That was an un-Owen Taylor-like looking shot, but here's a recovery of a ground ball. Oh,
nice save again.
Oh, fast break. They got numbers. They make the pass and can't come up with the pass.
Well, the Braves defense gets saved on that.
You need to go for the ball, Jaden. Oh, that was Jaden Anderson. I think initially thought that ball was going out of bounds. He was just trying to chase it down, but it slowed down, and then he got hung up in a little fight for it down there in the corner and ended up going off his foot. Now
Franklin's going to be sending a player in here to be all even.
Here he comes. They got him. Our perennial defender, Xander Johnston, is picking him up coming in.
And it's number 16 again.
Oh, and another score. That's his 5th goal, and all of his goals are the same. He just gets a little bit of hand space.
Gets a little bit of space.
Gets a little bit of space, and he fires at the goal. So we got a score of 18-5 with 3 minutes and 17, 16, 15 running clock left in the 3rd quarter. I'd sure like to see the Braves just tighten it up and finish this off and not go out on a soft defensive note, Rob. Although I give a lot of credit to that number 16. He's a player.
He's not giving up. It's 18-5 here in the 3rd quarter. Got Evan Youngblood running LSM.
Who's on the other side?
David Borden was taking the face-off. He's called for the violation, so Franklin's going to get the... And they've got Jaden Anderson on number 16. That's going to be a trip call.
No, they didn't call it.
Failure to advance.
Failure to advance. It's going Indian Hills way. And Evan Youngblood takes the ball from the other player and runs up the field.
Feeds it out to Fixler. Fixler inside to Fluhoff. Fluhoff is like a pinball and bounced around, and Franklin gets possession, and they're coming on a fast break.
David Borden trying to battle him with his stick. And Franklin slows it down and sets it up. He got a man coming in from the box if anybody's watching. David Borden seems to have him. Who's Josh Young, battling the man down on the crease. He spins to the inside. And nice trail check there to knock that ball loose, to kick it out wide. Franklin's starting to spin that ball around here.
Nice save by Mayhew.
Henry. David Borden comes up with the ball, and here we go.
Gets it up to
Jackson Nita. Is that Jackson? No, it's Cooper Leschuk to Fixler and scores. That was a very nice fast break.
That was Leschuk to
Fluhoff to Fixler
for a great fast break goal by the Braves as the Braves go up 19-5 with a little. So it all started with a great save by our keeper, Henry Mayhew. And we've got Schumann out on the...
And 55.
There's the save. Off of Mayhew.
Here
Ball
goes
picked up
16
by
again.
Borden. Borden takes off like a rocket. Passes it up the field, gets the ball.
Okay, nice save by Henry Mayhew. And
Mayhew's
with
going to
no
fire
time on
it
the
up.
clock, he fires it up the field. And that brings us to the end of 3.
So
with
after
the score
3, the Braves are up
19-5.
19-5 with a 14-point lead. Going into the fourth quarter, we'll be on a running clock. We'll have a face-off. I'm sure it's going to be either David Borden or Baxter Ferris for the Braves. Doc Borden in the house tonight, watching his son play varsity for the first time. So Mike, Braves are going to be seeing the winner of the Turpin-Madeira game,
which was tied 7-7 at half.
7-7 at half.
I haven't heard an update since then, but that would be an upset, I think, if Madeira were to get by Turpin, and a really good win for Madeira if they were able to come away with it.
Yeah, that would be a signature win for them.
Yes.
As a second-year program. Let's see if we can get some updates here. So it's fourth quarter here, folks. We'll have a face-off at the X. It looks like Graham Weiler will be playing on the near side wing for the Braves at LSM. Back at defense, you've got Jaden Anderson, Taylor, Johnson.
We're missing
Josh
a
Young.
wingman. We're missing a wingman.
Facing off is going to be Luke Schumann.
Here we go. It's going to be Garrett Anderson
And
on
we've
the
got
wing.
a goalie change for the Braves. Jordan Wentland
That's good. I'm happy
going to play
see
the fourth
Jordan
quarter
get
for
in.
the Braves.
Oh, that was a really nice face-off win by Luke Schumann. Kicked it right between his legs back to the wing. And like you said, I love it when the face-off guy does that. It's basically an uncontested ground ball. Back to Jack Wilson at X, over to Brad Upham on the right wing.
Yeah, we've got a little problem with the scoreboard clock here, folks.
I think the scorekeepers are down there making dinner reservations, Rob. Okay, so here we go. The clock's now running. Garrett Anderson gets the touch, brings it back out to Jimmy Burnett, who swings it over to Owen. Owen down to Fix. Fix back to Jacko. Jack Wilson, lazy pass. And
Gonna be picked up by
Owen
Owen
Taylor saves it. Jack Wilson should send him a thank you card for that, because that was a Jimmy's getting it out to Fix. I think Fix has got something up his sleeve. If I know Fix right here, look at him. Here he goes. Nice feed and a goal for Jack Wilson off the feed from Ryan Fixler. That was beautiful. That would be Jack Wilson's first varsity goal, Rob. We're having a lot of those tonight.
As the Braves go up 20-5. Still looking for some updates on these scores for you.
Okay, we got Brooke McClay on the wing, and we got Cooper Luzchuk on the other wing, and David Borden taking the face-off. So David, that's got to go white. I think
I think he's going to call Borden for the hold.
Huh. I thought he had the clamp and tried to pop it out, and the other guy was holding the ball. But oh well, that's why we're not. That's why we're up here, not down on the field in stripes, Rob. There's a shot that's knocked down, and Jordan Wentland's going to back it up, and that's going to be Indian Hill ball.
Wetland's going to restart this ball for the Braves. He'll probably pass it up to his
real nice clear up
midi
to the middle.
David Borden, who's going to come across
midfield.
Go
up the middle,
where he's picked up, and he gets
all the
it
way
to
across
Jack,
to Jack Wilson,
who gets a feed into
Jackson Nedick. Made a real nice save. Fixler comes up with it, feeds Nedick, and he gets his second goal.
Nedick gets his second varsity goal. Big shout out to Andre down in Florida again as his son puts up another score.
Another nice feed from Ryan Fixler. He's having another assist game tonight for sure.
So here it comes.
Jackson on the feed, or Jackson taking the feed and turning and popping it in the goal.
So a big shout out to Jackson for his second varsity goal in a state playoff game. Schwannekamp on the near side wing for.
Looks like Luke Schumann taking the face-off this time, doesn't it? Or is that David Borden?
I think it's
That's Shu. Shu pops it out. That should be a push, but they're not calling it.
Should be another
Should
push.
be another push. They did call that one, but it's going to be a play on, and Evan Youngblood's going to come up with the ground ball. Get it in the box. There it is. Turns it around, gives it to Brad up and up out top. Fires it across to Sam Richardson, who's wide open, and scores. So Sammy Richardson gets another goal. That's not his first of the year. I know he's got a couple of them earlier on in the season. But nevertheless, that's his first playoff goal.
That is. So the Braves are lighting the scoreboard up, and here comes a replay.
It's an assist from Brad Upham, which is his second assist tonight. Oh, no, that's a goal and an assist for Brad. That was a nice shot. Bounced it in by Sam.
Schumann's going to take the face-off again. You know, I really like it when we give Baxter a break. It's hard to go 4 quarters deep into the playoffs.
Well, and there's been 27 goals scored tonight, Rob. That's a lot of facing off. Every one of those face-offs is like a little wrestling match out there. And you're exerting a lot of energy every time you do that, and it's just a matter of time. Oh, that was a nice kick out by Shu, and Schwannekamp's going to come across to try and pick it up. Can't quite get it. And
Brooke McClay.
Brooke McClay comes up with it. He's going to
nice save by the keeper. Nice take by
very nice,
Brooke McClay.
Very nice stick work. And then there's Sam Richardson on the ball, coming out to pick up the loose ball.
And he'll take it behind the cage and get it over to Jack Wilson.
Jack Wilson comes around front, spins it out top to Duke Weiler. I think everybody on the field here has had a goal tonight, Rob.
Garrett Anderson with the ball.
Is there anybody out here who hasn't scored tonight? All 6 of these guys have all scored. No, I think Schwannekamp may not have one.
I don't think Schwanny has one
All right,
yet.
they got to get one into him.
And look where he's positioned.
That's right where you want to be. Just keep spinning that ball around. Sooner or later, you're going to get somebody looking the wrong way. Here's Brad out top, back out to Garrett.
So with 5:13 left in the third quarter in the Turpin-Madeira game, Turpin leads Madeira 10-8. So there's a score for you, and it was 7-7 at halftime. That's confirmed.
There's Brad dodging, kicking it back out. I don't think they're pushing too hard here. They're just moving the ball around, looking for that gimme shot, I think, Rob. I don't think you're going to see any more hard dodging, hard cutting goals. There's no reason to do it. We got the game under control. And there will be no keep it in rule here. We're up by far too many goals, so we can take this right down to 0 if we wanted to. I think you got to be within 4 goals to have the last 2 minutes of the game. Keep it in the box, so that won't pertain tonight. There's another soft pass across. Effective, though, to a wide open Brad Upham. Oh, they're giving us now. They got to keep it in because they're calling us for the stall. This is high school's version of the stall. There's no shot clock, but you got to keep it in. And Jack Wilson, does he know to keep it in? Yeah, looks like
he puts the brakes on.
It wouldn't shock me if somebody just inadvertently took the ball and went outside that line, because this isn't really something that you practice or work on.
You've got a lot
of
JV players out there.
Got a lot of young players out here. So really, if you can just keep doing this in the box, this is good passing drills to cut to get open and move the ball, cut to get open. Very effective, and they're handling it very nicely, Rob. And you're right, there's a lot of very young players out there.
I don't think we have a single starter out there right now on the offensive.
3 sophomores and 3 freshmen on the field right now.
And Jack Wilson takes a shot.
It was just a matter of time. So we're backed up on that. Now, that was not on cage, so therefore they still need to keep it in, correct?
I believe that is the rule.
We'll find out if Garrett inadvertently steps outside the line and they call it, but I think they're keeping it in anyway. Oh. Franklin still pass maybe. Oh, Graham. Nice knockdown. Oh, and he runs past it. Another loose ball, and Duke Weiler comes up with it. Up to Cooper Leschuk, and Cooper Leschuk goes scooting up the field, hits Jack Wilson. He gets his touch, and we're back in again.
Great defensive pressure by the Braves.
And again, that's good to see. You had a bunch of midfielders getting back on defense and breaking that up, and very, very young team on the field right now. What do we got at defense, Rob, while we're...
let's see. You've got Jaden Anderson, I believe, is still out there.
This is Josh Young on the near side here.
And it looks like Tyler Johnson.
Tyler Johnson, and is that Jaden or is that Evan?
I can't tell.
I'm not sure either. Starts with a 3, but they both do. Okay, there's a flag down. And Brad's going to continue up, hit Jackson Nedick, and he's going to shoot. Oh, off cage. That would have been a hat trick for Jackson. So we're going man up.
That was actually Leschuk with the shot.
Oh, it was. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was Jackson Nedick. Well, that was.
So it is Jaden Anderson on defense, but the Braves are going to go man up here.
And they're leaving the guys on the field who are out there, Rob. I think Tim is giving the starters the rest of the night off.
So minute 56 left here. They're calling for Schwanny to rip it.
There it is, there it is, there it is. Oh, over the top of the cage.
Just a bit outside, as Bob Euchre would say.
Yeah. Tighten up those shooting strings a little bit and draw that right down into that upper corner.
So a minute 24 here left.
Oh,
and that's
Brad
going to be
throws
a turnover.
pass out, and it turns it over. So we get to play defense for a little bit more. Time to wake up the D. Come on, boys. I still can't tell if that's Evan or Jaden.
It's Jaden.
It is Jaden, okay. Oh, ball's loose. Nice stick check.
McClay with the ball up to...
Back to Jack Wilson, and Indian Hill goes back on offense.
Upham didn't realize that they already had the ball in the box. So you got to think the Braves are just going to run this around. They got to keep control of the ball.
I would think so.
Jackson's back out on the field. Cooper Leschuk going for the dodge here.
Cooper's going to let it go and shoot off cage.
See, he did this time, and he almost got it.
That's Cooper's third shot of the night, Rob. He's getting some shooting in. That was a nice little spin dodge, and here, oh, that was
Nice break up by the defense.
It was, but that had all the looks of a really good cut by Cooper Leschuk. Wow, 99 is trucking up the field with the ball. He's going to the cage, and he'll score right through everybody at the buzzer, Rob.
At
so
the
it's
buzzer.
22-6.
Final game.
All right, well, that went just, I guess, about the way we expected, Rob.
Well, the prediction was a 17-point game. We're at a 16-point game, so that is exactly where it was supposed to be. The number 3 seed Braves will face the winner of Turpin Madeira. At the end of 3, it was 10-8.
10-8, Madeira or Turpin. Okay.
Big shout out to Franklin for a third-year program, a winning season this year to him. Number 16, Ryan Nipper, had a great game, scored 5 of their 6 goals. He was a beast out there.
Yeah, he was a good player, Ryan Nipper. I'm not sure what year he is, but he'll be something to watch next year if he's back.
So, folks, first round Braves with their win over the 14th ranked Franklin Wildcats will face the winner of the Turpin Madeira game on Friday night here at Tomahawk Stadium. If it ends up being Turpin, the Braves manhandled Turpin on that
Thursday night
game. It was at 9-19.
19-9.
A lot of young players got some playing time there. There are a few things that the Braves need to work on as they get deeper and deeper. They will see probably Summit after that game, and that will be the real battle.
Yep, I think so too. And that's when the playoffs begin, Rob. But this was a good night. It was kind of a repeat of last year's game, of our first playoff game, and looking forward to the Braves going forward. I believe this will be our last broadcast of the men's Braves, or unless we've got plans to broadcast on Friday.
I'm out of town on Friday, but if you want to broadcast,
yeah, but the Smart Young is in town, isn't he?
He is.
Okay.
So big shout out to the whole entire IHTN staff. Director Zach Young, his cameraman, his graphic guy, Michael Overberg, Ryan Bourne as in there, executive producer Mr. Dupps. You got Ryan Bourne as a technical engineer. Camera operators were Kyle Scorley, Brandon, and Andrew Brockhoff, better known as Bubba. And I'm Rob Young with Mike Fruland, bringing you the live action here tonight. Folks, we'll see you again on Friday night. Come down to Tomahawk Stadium. Support this Braves club as they march into the state playoffs.
Has been a copyrighted presentation of the Indian Hill High School Video Department.